Hello, hello. Can you hear us?
Hi, guys.
Catherine, wake up, wake up. Hey, Sloppy, hey, Linda. Look at all those beautiful hearts. Look at that naughty step. That's for you, Tom.
I didn't do anything wrong.
I was just
I didn't imply that you have boils all over your face.
I do have this horrible rash, which as each little thing progresses, it's starting to look all nasty and red and scaly. I don't know. I think it's a viral rash. I looked it up on Google. As John said, there's been chicken pox around, so I looked up chicken pox. It's not that, but
you looked something up on. Cool.
It's another kind of virus rash, I think, because you look up viral rash, and this is what I've got. And
yes.
I've had shingles before from being in contact with chickenpox, and that can be stress induced as well. So,
gross. Yeah, you look stuff up on Google. It's like you've got a burn on your arm. It says, "Yep, it's definitely cancer." Google, chill out.
It's not. I agree, Catherine, and I do. Yeah, I'm very sort of wary of self-diagnosis and stuff, but it reassured me to see pictures of viral rashes looking exactly like mine. I did do the glass test as Snoppy suggested to make sure.
Make sure it's not meningitis or something.
Yeah. Hello, Renee.
Hey, Renee.
Who have I missing? Alison. Hello, Deb. Hello, Renee. I said Renee. Right, I'm going to reveal my spotty visage. Actually, you can't see the spotty bits on my face. You look
fine on camera, yeah. Well, that's fine as ever.
Eyes look a bit red, but that's normal. Okay, right. Brace yourselves. Here we go. Yes. You can't really.
We just messed with the camera
I'll
angle
sit back here a bit.
last second, so apologies for there being a light in view. Pretend you can't see it.
I could move it over. Oh no, I can't.
That's done it.
It don't matter, does it? Yeah, you can't see that. Just pretend it's not there. It's the square sun.
I think once you go to the split thing, that might be cropped off anyway. So.
Hey Rachel, that's Stitch Kit Rachel. Oh, so excited about the Stitch Kit. I've now, you know that thing where you've bought somebody a present, you're really excited to give it to them. You can't wait. It's a bit like that. I can't reveal until Saturday, but I did a little peek. This lovely stitched tissue pack thing.
Alison letting us know she's not wearing her glasses. Nice.
That's probably just as well. Keep them off. I can feel it. One of the reasons that apparently we've got chickenpox going around, but I thought it's probably not that. Excuse me. Is that it says you see it first on their faces and around their eyes and stuff, and I haven't had that, but it is now. I've got some of the rashes coming up here, and my eyes are a bit sore and stuff, so they're all up my back, up my arms, up my legs. It's gross.
Lovely.
Yeah. It's cute. It's a really nice little thing, and you see them on like craft stores and stuff, don't you, around Christmas? But, yeah. And it's got these the buttons. Hang on, listen a minute. No. The buttons are really cute, little vintage buttons. They're lovely.
Yeah. See, the fun thing is, Alison, until she watches the stream back with the chat, she won't even notice what that insult was.
Well, I've suddenly gone over here now, haven't I?
It's because someone told you to move the camera.
Yeah, I was all right before you told me to move it. Hey, Lindsay and Jenny. Have I missed anyone? Sue?
Yeah, you should move the camera back because it's in the wrong place now.
It's in the wrong place now, isn't it? But I don't know how to move it back now.
You should turn it the opposite to how you turned it before.
Making me mess with it the last minute. Excuse me. That's better, isn't it? Yeah. It was alright when for the whole room. It was alright, wasn't it? It's just in that split view. Hey, Jackie. Even you like those buttons. Oh. So yeah, I was sat there on the sofa this morning thinking, oh, have another quiet day stitching on the sofa, I might feel better tomorrow. And then something made me realise, I think it's because I started watching Christine. I had a video of Christine's to catch up, and I started watching that, and something she said made me think, oh, live, and yeah, I wonder if she's going to do those premiere lives again. And lives, it's Wednesday. Hi, Gina.
Relatively normal.
Yeah, normal for me. Normal for Norfolk. I'm in Norfolk.
Yeah.
That actually used to be seen at Emma. Unity Wood Miniatures says, my friend Emma, we used to work in clinical coding together, so basically we spend most of our days translating the doctor's handwriting in medical notes. And then I did the same thing. I moved up here to Norfolk, and something you actually see written in medical notes, or you used to, I'm sure they wouldn't do it now, but in my memory,
it's possible to get access to them. Yeah,
you would actually see normal for Norfolk. And how offensive! They wouldn't dare now, would they? Excuse me.
Well, I said when we got access to my medical notes, some of the stuff written in there about me was
very inaccurate.
not excellent.
Yeah. I can see a couple of muffs there. Who's put the muffs in?
That'll be Carol.
It's Carol. Oh, you're late for you, Carol, because you're usually pretty much the first there. But hey, vivid dreams,
on
and
time,
Lucy.
normally.
But you're not late. Don't worry. I'm going to be carrying on with another WIP today. Look, this is my little stack of keepsake books from the first swap. So that's everything. Oh, I didn't show this one. I didn't show this one before. This is, I think, what I was working on last week. Was a page in this. This is all finished now, this book. Put one of my vintage buttons on it. It's a little simple closure. Cut me aperture and stuff. I did do a video about this, but not everybody will have seen that, of course. So, yeah, I won't flip through the whole thing.
We don't watch your videos.
Yeah, but that's how.
Hi, Jen.
Yeah. Hi, Jen. I need to scroll my chat down. I forgot what HGABC means. I bet I know it. If you tell me, better not. Tell me PNB, Carol, if it's offensive. HGABC. I'm going to write that down. I'll puzzle that out later.
I've got a very rude definition of what that could mean in my head.
Well, it might even be that. I'm sure it don't go on now. I'd like to think it don't go on now, but some of the stuff he used to put, crikey. I won't say any of it now because some of it's a bit inappropriate, but yeah. Yeah. One I probably can share. It was someone who'd been brought in, someone who was brought in time after time after time with alcohol issues and stuff, and very sad really, but obviously I won't share any other details or anything, but the bit at the end said something like, because he'd been like causing problems and mayhem and being rude and obnoxious and stuff, and hospital staff had to put up with such a lot sometimes, and the doctor had written in the morning something like patient's alcohol level is now 50, which is higher than his IQ, therefore discharged home. What? I mean,
rude, but
yeah.
Probably fair.
Hey, Sally Joe. Oh, got a migraine. Oh, horrible.
Yeah.
Little sparrow, hello. Yeah, the blanket stitch on it did work okay, because I was a bit worried that it wasn't going to. Oops! Now look what I've done. That's my bits for the next book. I was a bit worried that it wasn't going to tidy up the edge enough, I'd have to do a binding, and I didn't really want to do a binding, not just because I'm lazy, but because I just didn't want that look. I wanted it.
Not just.
Because I did the blanket stitch with all 6 strands of a stranded cotton. It's chunky enough to kind of cover the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that I won't go all through this now, but you can get sort of, that is the second volume, so that one and that one are all of the squares from the first swap. Excuse me, keep herming.
Yes, it's thoroughly unacceptable.
Sorry.
I'm afraid I have unsubscribed.
I was sneezing yesterday, but that seems to have worn off, so that's good. And then I've started working on this one, which this is going to be the first page. This one's from Kathy. I decided I'd just put first names there, which will get confusing later because I swapped with at least 2 Kathys, maybe 3 over the course of the swaps, but I went with this one first because that's got the heart at the front, and I seem to have ended up with a heart on the front of both of the other books. So, yeah.
That works nicely.
Here's this. Shirley said to me the other day, I didn't spot my square when you did your flip through, and I said, I'm sure it was there. Then I realised she was in the second swap, not the first swap that I swapped with her. So, yeah. So here, this is Shirley's. I've gone for a much simpler approach now. I've just kind of patchworking and straight stitching the fabrics on, just to try and get through this book by the end of the week, ready for a sort of a roundup, because on Friday it will be a month since the fourth swap finished, so I'm going to do my roundup and start on the little mini book to keep my tags in from that last swap. That one's Rhonda.
Rounding up is what I call my approach to dieting.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to round down with dieting. Oh, it's gorgeous, isn't it? I ended up with quite a lot of heart shapes. Yeah, I love that. That's a hell of a lot of stitching around there to get that. It almost looks like a machine zigzag, doesn't it? It's so close.
It does.
That's a lot of stitching there to do that.
I'd have the patience for about maybe a centimetre of that.
Yeah, and then they'd get further and further apart as you went round. Yeah. I believe
turn into a running stitch.
Is Rhonda? I don't think Rhonda's. Have I seen Rhonda today? She does drop in for the live sometimes, so she'll correct me if she's here and I'm wrong. But I believe Rhonda said this was her first kind of go at doing slow stitching and stuff. I mean, can you believe?
Very good first attempt, there.
Yeah. Real sort of natural.
I mean, slow stitching is very easy, but I've only tried it like twice.
It was Shirley. Yes, twice. You just tried it long enough to show me how easy it is, and then never did it again.
Is there a better reason for doing a hobby?
Sent me this giant rainbow-coloured rickrack, which I'm gonna, I think, save for the front of the book. You can see how that goes so well with her square. I'm tempted to put a bit on there as well.
It works especially well against dark colours, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think I fancy having it on the front, but I'll keep it there. I can always add it in later. Somebody else sent me these little mini daisies. I'm going to dot them around the cover as well.
Well, you could use that stuff to make a sort of psychedelic C. Sort of overlapping it, offset.
Ooh, yeah.
A whole load of strange
I haven't got enough of it for that.
Waves.
That would look amazing though, wouldn't it? With some like sequin fish or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I wish I had more of it.
Well,
it's getting a little bit itchy, this rash thing.
Yeah, I definitely think I'm going to be too busy to visit you this weekend. Busy not wanting to catch the plague.
Right. Now, this one was Kim. I've made that a little bit too delicate there, that name, but I can see it. Decided to try a bit more delicate stitching for some of the names. That one's Kim. This one was Kelly. Was it Kelly? Yeah. Love that. Got a feeling Kelly said she was quite new to slow stitching at the time as well.
You wouldn't think any of these people were new to it, would you?
No. This one's Karen. He used to work with me in coding up here, actually. She wasn't a coder. She was one of our clerical support. This one's Jenny. I've seen Jenny today. I think Jenny's here. I might be making it up. I can't see her now. There she is. Yes, she was. Well, she was there a little while ago.
Have we said hello to Andrea?
Hey,
yet?
hi Jenny. No, I haven't. Hi Andrea.
Hi Andrea. It's so easy to lose track of who you've said hi to.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I love all the bright colours, Lindsay, right up my street. So I just patchwork odds and ends here. I've got my scrap box next to me and I just patchworked odds and ends. So I've got to embroider the names on here. Karen just put a little K there. Wait for it to focus. Yeah, Karen just put that little K there. So I might carry on and just do the rest of her name there. Because there's a space
Your
for it.
camera's so sharp when it does focus, isn't it?
Yeah. Don't know why it doesn't always take that long, so I don't know.
Yeah.
And then this will be for this square from Fabulous Jax, who definitely, again, it's fun. It's nice that so many of the people that I swapped with are here today.
Yeah.
And then that one's going to go opposite, so I need to start creating a page for that. I have to kind of do 2 pages together to... One's from Linda. I think I've seen Linda as well. Yeah, so I've got to... Yeah, you have to kind of think the pages through before you start so you know what's going to be kind of face-to-face with it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's right. And then I got some little mini squares that these were amongst that parcel of stuff that Maggie Morris first sent me before I knew her and before I'd kind of got to know her online and met up with her personally and stuff. And she sent me this parcel of amazing stitching, and these were amongst it. So I thought I'd arrange them into a kind of a scrappy string square as kind of the last page. Gorgeous. Right.
Are you pleased with her own work? Excellent.
Yeah. They do look amazing. Do you want a closer look, Jackie, if you've forgotten? It'll focus in a sec. It's taken a long time to focus today, isn't it? What's going on?
Try moving it up and down a little bit.
Just get it going. There we go. Yeah, that's lovely fabric. Yeah. Love all this. These are little metal rings here. It's kind of like spacer beads. And then it will come up like that. I've put your name there. So yeah, the backgrounds are quite simple now. I've moved away from trying to do something inspired by each separate square because I was just never going to get it finished. So I think with this one I'd have ended up doing a spider's web, I think, and some spacer beads and things, but it's weird. It already feels like these were the second swap, I think. I might have ended up getting first and second swaps mixed up. It doesn't matter.
It matters a lot, and you should definitely lose sleep over it. That way you don't get any sleep anyway.
Yeah, it won't make any difference, will it? It's gorgeous fabric. Yeah. Right, so what's the next thing to do? I need to embroider Jenny on here somewhere. And I need to, that's a bit finickety, not particularly exciting camera wise, so I think I'll put them to one side and move on to patching this one. Excuse me sniffing. I'm sniffing, coughing, bleh. Horrid.
Yes. Gross.
Horrid. Okay, so those are going to be on the facing side. Let's take that off for a minute. What's everybody else up to today? Don't forget you can put pictures of whatever you're doing in the live stream. Follow along room if you're in Discord.
You can. And if
you're not in Discord, why not? If you're not in Discord, if you follow the link,
live to start with that.
There you go. That's it. I was just going to do that. Yeah. So if you follow that link and you're not in Discord,
to start with, which is not.
Oh, that won't help. Yeah, that'll take you to. That will kind of automatically invite you to join if you want to, but you do need to bear in mind that if you're on. Is it just if you're on a smartphone? You have to kind of do the app first, don't you?
iPhone specifically,
yeah,
you have to install the app first, or it'll whine that something can't be done.
Yeah.
Which is partially the fault of Discord developers, but
not
mostly
allowing
the fault of Apple. Because the way it used to work is pressing that link, if it wasn't installed, would take you to the App Store to install it. But Apple decided not to allow that anymore.
See, it's not very helpful, is it?
Yeah.
I think these days
it works for every other device, not Apple. These
days they should all speak to each other, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
No problem. You kind of expect everything to be universal, really. Okay, I've got my little black scraps, and I thought I would kept some of these aside as well. So what I've got to remember...
got around 2 days off together. Nice.
Oh, lovely. Enjoy. Doing nothing. Playing with paint. Well, playing with paint is doing something. I bet you missed your paints. Yeah. It's been miserable. So Lindsay manages a hotel, and I hope you don't mind me sharing that, Lindsay. It's too late. I've said it now, haven't I? She's over in the States, and it's been freezing, so you've been having to all stay over, kind of camp out in a hotel, haven't you? Which sounds kind of quite like fun, but I bet that wears off really quickly. And she's been away from her paints and things, so yeah, I bet you're enjoying that.
Yeah.
And just finished rewinding thread and putting glitter and flock into small bags. Oh, yuck. You dropped 2 containers. Yeah, I bet you did. Wow. Oh, did you manage to glitter and flock the cat? Archie often used to be glittered. So what I've got to remember here is it's that section of this piece, because I want this one now to be opposite that one. I've got to do it on this section. Okay. Not there.
Yes.
Here. Let's just get a proper crease
on the
in the
right side. Oh, you see, because it's correct.
Yeah, on the right, the correct right side. Okay.
It's always funny when people from other countries try and sort of laugh because we don't drive on the right side of the road here. Say, oh, it's like, I don't drive at all, mate.
Yeah, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
Right, let's use up some bits on this.
We really should switch and start driving on the same side of the road as most of the rest
Everybody
of the world.
Else, yeah, we probably should. It would be less stressy for people driving, wouldn't it, if it was always the same?
Yeah. It'd be chaos for quite a while during the switch, but... Because there's another... Was it Sweden that switched? And it was chaos for them. Some other country switched.
I'm sure it would be chaos for a while, because lots of people would kind of forget and, you know...
Yeah, especially given that, from what I've seen, there's a lot of people driving today who don't seem to know how to drive as it is.
Wouldn't take much. I mean, if you think some, sort of elderly people who've been driving for what? There might be people driving who've been driving for 70 years. That's a long time to drive on the same side of the road and then suddenly have to change, isn't it?
It does feel like we need to implement retesting after a certain, because some of the rules have changed since they took their test.
Yeah, on that basis. Yeah,
and
definitely.
A lot of the times, like, well, you wouldn't be able to pass the vision part of the driving test anymore. So
I don't
you
think
probably
I
shouldn't be driving. These things aren't just tested for fun or to humiliate someone, it's so that no one dies.
I see Alison just now did, didn't I? Your socks were looking good, Alison. Oh, there's Rhonda. Hey, Rhonda, look. Just been doing your... Lost it, though. It's been doing your square. Am I right, Rhonda, in saying that when you did this first swap, where we swapped, that you'd only just started slow stitching, or am I misremembering that? I might be. Just lying again. I'm always lying. I keep distracting myself. I was asking Alison about her socks. I think it was Alison that I saw her finished socks on the Facebook page this morning, Facebook group this morning. So impressed. I need to finish my second pair. I started it and then got sidetracked again, because now I'm seeing everybody else's. I need to try the circular needles next. That's my next sock challenge. I love this. I can't remember who sent me this fabric, but I love this fabric. This is about the last little snippet of it now.
Hey, Dawn.
Hello, Dawn. Can't stay, just out shopping. Your first sketchbook of 2025. That's a momentous
occasion. Doesn't say just out shopping.
Doesn't it? Just
no.
So can't stay through. Oh, can't stay throughout.
It's funny how brains do that. It's like, I've got that pattern. It's cool. I've seen these words in proximity before.
And my brain does the same thing with unhelpful predictive text as well. It thinks I'm gonna... comes up with the most ridiculous. You can kind of see, but it sometimes my brain sees the word just like predictive text on a phone. Where on earth has that come from?
When I've been typing the word server a lot, because I have to do that with web development stuff. Trying to type the word serve on its own, not going to happen.
It just won't let you.
Again, just now. My fingers say, SERV, we've got this. Cool. I'll finish that word off for you.
My brain would go ceviche.
Sure.
Where's that come from? This is a nice pattern.
Snobby, it's definitely just that dream means you got a cold draft coming through your window.
Tom is over at his house, Dawn. He comes over for he'll be over for the monthly party on Saturday, well, assuming that I'm not still contagious and icky by then. But he doesn't come over here on the Wednesdays.
No. Too much hassle and expense to come over.
But he joins remotely, and we've shared our screens via Discord, so that he can keep an eye on things, and if something goes wrong, he puts it right. And so he can still do all the techie stuff for me. Without even being
and if
here.
she leaves her chat scrolled up and can't see new messages, I can.
You can, and he keeps poking me when I've missed something, or.
Yeah, and I can still insult her as much as I normally would. Just less head patting.
Yeah. My head's too fragile to be patted today.
That wouldn't stop me.
What are you going out shopping for, Dawn? Something specific, or just boring old shopping?
It's still not shopping, just as it wasn't shopping before.
I thought you said it was the out bit. I'm reading this. You've got to bear in mind as well, I've got varifocals, so over there it's all a blur to me.
She can't stay throughout, she's just stopping by.
Oh, stopping by. Oh. You sure you don't want to go shopping? We've got those kind of bikes you can hire over here. So I reckon one of those would do it.
If they had an end point near me where I could get on one, then great. Because there's one near yours.
Yeah.
But there's nothing near here. I'd have to walk for 15 minutes to get on a bike.
I've seen them be kind of left near yours.
Yeah, you see them abandoned around sometimes. But
there's a point at that Aldi that's not too far away from you.
Too much hassle.
He doesn't really want to come over. That's the thing.
Yeah. If you're next door, it's too much hassle.
Yeah. I've got that just a bit too small. What an idiot.
Idiot.
Oh, I keep chucking it in the wrong place.
Dawn found student-grade watercolour supplies in her country. Very handy.
Oh, nice.
Those are the ones which are sort of better than the cheap, awful things, but
not quite as good
less
as
pigmented than the ridiculously expensive ones.
Yeah, that's it. Significantly cheaper, but pretty good. Yeah.
Good enough to learn with without just finding it a frustration.
Yeah. Dawn does a lot of testing out different kind of comparing like budget supplies with fancy ones, basically. Does that look alright? Not sure I like that extra bit of... I find sometimes if I look at it on the screen I can see it more. It's a bit like some people say they look at it through their phone or take a picture and look at it. It helps you to see what you're doing more clearly for some reason. I don't know why that is. Yeah, that's okay now, I think. Tomorrow Kiddo, hello. I haven't seen that name before.
Good name.
That's a name to conjure with. So you sniff the glue because you expect it to smell nice, because I love the smell of Pritt Stick, but this smells of absolutely nothing. It's terribly disappointing. Doing Christine's
if there's any
trick with the
children watching,
glue stick.
do not sniff glue.
Yeah, not advocating sniffing glue. I just like the smell of it.
Although if you must sniff glue, these solvent-free glue sticks are fine.
Yeah. They wouldn't do anything to you, would they?
Yeah. Kids pretending to be high because they've been sniffing Pritt Stick.
I never used to do this because I always thought it would make it all sticky and horrible to stitch through. But Christine uses this a lot, and it does work really well.
Yeah.
The thing I was watching this morning that she's doing was this. It's very clever. So she'd used up a whole lot of little tiny scraps of fabric to. She kind of collaged them all together into one piece of fabric. Did lots of straight stitching and stuff. Then she cut out this sort of bunny shape to make a mobile. So she made lots of shapes and hung them on like a mobile thing, like a vertical bunting. But she kept the strip that she'd made and cut the bunny shapes out of. She kept whole, so it's just like a patchwork strip with bunny shapes in it. So rather than waste that negative waste, I'm not making sense. I'm aware I'm not talking very coherently today. She then she backed it onto another piece and put a brightly coloured print behind each of the bunnies, a different one behind each. So she created this whole new piece and then has turned that into a little bowl. Looks amazing. Very clever idea. Considering the whole thing was made from scraps in the first place, then she used the waste from the scrap project. So like not even a tiny bit of it has been wasted. Very clever. Clever girl. Right, that one is going to be 4.
Everyone's judging you for being a dirty glue sniffer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You definitely shouldn't. But I don't think glue stick is, when they say sniffing glue, Dawn, I don't think that they mean like glue stick. That's they're talking solvents and stuff, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
They go lovely together, don't they, Jackie? Yeah, I think so. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you, Tomorrow Kiddo. Yes, I need to start on that as well, Dawn. I've been doing lots of thinking, and I did a couple of little sketches with the theme in mind, but you don't have to do the theme. I think Jen and Susie Q and Snoppy as well. I think you're doing like collages, like arty collages, aren't you? I've been loving the little series that Paula has been doing. Have you seen any of them, Tom? Because you don't look at Facebook, do you?
No, I've not seen any of that.
Yeah, I'm sure she must have put them in. Yeah, she has. She's put them in the art show and tell room as well. But she's doing this whole, because the theme of the art swap is fables, fairy tales, and folklore. So she's making up this whole kind of fantasy, which stars all these different kind of colourful, quirky birds. And the first two birds were inspired by a couple of people not too far from here, let's say. And the great thing is,
I have no idea what you mean.
The great thing is that the beardy bird is very much smaller than the arty farty bird.
Yes, no comment on that.
And they go off on these adventures, and the latest thing is they've gone up into space, and Zoe's there. There's a Zoe bird. There's a Tory bird who had been visiting, who'd been, because Tori goes off on all these cruises and things and she's seen the Northern Lights and all that. So they picked Tori up, and Tori had the map. Yeah, and the latest one, they were lost in space. Oh, it's brilliant. Because Paula's got a YouTube channel now, so she's showing how she paints them as well, which is really nice. Saying to her for ages, I wish you had a YouTube channel. There you go. I'm going to fray these edges out a bit to make this square more sort of the same size all around, I think. I just like frayed edges.
Well, it's lucky because you can't unfray them.
No, well, I could turn them under or something, but I quite like the look of the fragrance. Oops, I've missed her.
Oh, Dawn's got to go. Yeah. See you, Dawn.
See you later, Dawn. Thanks for popping in. Enjoy your sketchbook.
Not shopping.
Paula's YouTube is craftartisaurus. I've put her link in the description box to this video. Dawn's is there as well. Basically, any of the YouTubers that we talk to or about during the streams, I've put their links in the description box. And if there are any that we talk to or about and they're not in the description box, please let me know and I will add them. It's just easier to just leave all of them there all the time on all the videos.
I think it's quite annoying is I thought that you can click on someone's name in the chat and press the go to channel thing.
Oh, yeah, so
I think that only shows up if you're a moderator. It's a moderation thing. If you click on a name in the chat as a normal user, it doesn't give you that option, which is
that's annoying.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Because that would be very handy. It's like, talk about people in the thing, you can just go and visit their channel.
Yeah.
YouTube needs to pull their fingers out.
Ah, that's nice, Lindsay. They'll all appreciate that.
Yeah, it's like pretty much anyone in that description box there. It's well, obviously everyone, not just pretty much. I highly recommend following them. They're all very creative.
Yeah. They've all become good friends over the years since I've been YouTubing. Yeah.
You found us through Just Johnny Creations. Good old Johnny.
Yeah. Who's saying about that? Ah, right.
It's a shame we don't see Johnny in chat more often.
Yeah, he's quite often he's working. He's not. Yeah. He's tried coming into Discord, but he gets all flummoxed with it, which is a shame because I think he'd love it in Discord if he would just give himself a chance to get used to it. I think he'd fit right in.
He's convinced himself that he can't work it out. And
he's all right in Instagram though, which I hate, and he's all right on Facebook, which confuses me. But yeah, Discord I find so much more manageable now we've got used to it. But we met up with Johnny just recently.
We did, yeah.
Tom and I, didn't we? It's brilliant. It's a lovely day. Blooming freezing, but it's a lovely day.
He's exactly the same in person as he is on his channel.
Yeah, yeah. We met Ziggy, took in some catnip.
Yeah. How long have you had your channel? She's had a channel for many, many years.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a long time, but I didn't really start doing anything on it until I retired a couple of years ago, 3 years ago now. I retired 2021, didn't I?
Yeah. It was ruined by the lockdown.
Yeah. I pretty much retired as lockdown started, and we moved house at the same time as well. It was a nightmare time, really, but it could have been worse, I suppose. Worse things happen at sea and all that. That'll look right, won't it? So that'll go there, opposite that one, like that. Yeah.
If you do go back and watch her oldest videos, be prepared for a drop in equipment quality.
My very oldest videos, I probably should take them off now, really, but they're sort of there for old time's sake as much as anything. I think at that point, I mean, I don't really have any idea what I'm doing now, but I started doing them like years and years ago when I was on scrapbooking teams, design teams for scrapbooking companies and that, and you kind of had to have somewhere to show things, otherwise you couldn't do it. So that's why I started my blog, and that's why I started I don't blog anymore, and that's why I started my channel. I had no idea what I was doing, and I just used to prop my old iPad up at the end of so like I'd be working sort of here, and hang on, let's show this properly, 1 minute. I'd be working here at my desk. I still can't show it. My iPad would be propped up on a couple of books or something at one end, so you just got kind of side-on view of what I was doing. It was hopeless, really. I didn't have a very good phone, so I couldn't use that. But yeah.
And hi, Laurie. And I'm not sure we actually said hi to Sherry.
Oh, did we not? Hi, Laurie.
Coming from very cold Olympia, Washington State.
No, I didn't see Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Glad you could join us. How cold is cold?
7 minutes ago now, but
Yeah, sorry, I missed it. But to be honest, considering how my head is feeling today, and how I can't see from here out of my varifocals, I've got to forgive myself for missing the odd bit of God, you can see that. So. You can start to see that rash creeping up my. It's like,
I can't see it on Discord.
This is how, like, that bit there. Oh, it's not really showing it. Oh, it'll come into lovely focus in a minute.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. So I'm getting those coming up all over, and when they kind of mature, they go all look festery looking. So yeah, it's not pleasant.
Lovely.
Yeah, I know. Festery looking. Call me Uncle Fester. And now they're getting a bit itchy as well, so that's extra nice.
29 degrees is like -1 in the rest of the world units.
Oh, that is cold. Yeah. Let's go with that one.
Australia, 45, I'm guessing, is actually in Celsius, which is horrifying.
Back down to 25. Oh.
I would die at those temperatures.
25 is okay. That's too small. I can't get that thread through there. 25
I'm not even happy
okay,
with 25.
But yeah, that's the. That's that one to do. Here's my little I'm going to start using this needle sharpener all the time just to keep them nice in. This is what Lorraine sent me, this cute little macaron needle sharpener, and it functions as a magnetic holder as well. But if I keep doing it to them every time I use them, I won't get those, you know, where you sometimes get rough patches on needles and then it doesn't like going through.
It sounds annoying.
Yeah, especially if you're stitching silk and stuff like that. It can be very annoying, yeah. Or if you're doing really precise and it keeps catching your thread, it can ruin your work, so.
Jackie suspecting chickenpox there.
Yeah, I did look it up. That's what I googled, because John said, there's been chickenpox going around. Although I did have it when I was a kid, but I think that's the one you can get shingles from, isn't it? If you come in contact with it later. And it does look a bit like chicken pox, especially when it goes to the festery stage. But I mean, if it is, there's nothing I can do but sit it out anyway, so there's no point in going to doctors or anything, is there? It's a virus. I've just got to wait for it to... I've been feeling a bit rough for weeks.
I suppose the doctor will just tell you to make sure you drink plenty of fluids.
Yeah, probably take paracetamol to keep... Because I've been hot and cold as well. I'm sure I've had a temperature, but...
Yeah. Antihistamines for the itching might be a good idea, especially if your eyes get really itchy.
Yeah, I have got some because we sort of keep them in just in case. But I've got some E45 cream as well. I might try that.
The problem with antihistamines is, they're normally useful when your body is incorrectly identifying something as an infection or whatever.
That's true, yeah.
So this is just the body trying to do its job.
Yeah.
Chickenpox starts on your trunk.
Does it? Oh, so it just goes to show how you can be misled by Google, because it said you'll probably first notice your child has got chickenpox when the rash appears on the face and hands. Oh, I suppose, you might just not notice it on their trunk. If it's an older child. You'd notice a younger child, though, wouldn't you, when they're having a bath and things?
If they're young enough that you're bathing them,
Yeah. So, this, I first noticed it on my arms. But, then I realised it was down on my back as well. And Anyway, we don't want to talk about my rash.
I think we should go back to talking about food.
Yeah. Exciting idea in the pipeline, which I won't sort of share generally yet, but amongst us chickens. This is just very much a fledgling idea and just a possibility, but so I'll let some of you anyway will know that I went to that amazing Bazaaar summer event last year. You know how much I love Bazaaar. Not just their scrap packs, but their whole... They're just a lovely team, and the sort of ethics of how they work and everything. They're just,
It does very much gel with your feelings on upcycling and all that kind of stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah. I met up with Marion there, and we had the most amazing time. It was like... It was held at the Sussex Prairie Gardens, which is beautiful. The people that run that are lovely as well. So passionate about what they do, and there's like an art workshops and everything there as well. Apparently they're going to be rewilding it now. They've got new plans for this year. Anyway, I want to go again this year. And...
We missed Rhonda leaving. See you, Rhonda.
Oh, bye, Rhonda. Oh, I missed it. Lemon hot cross buns filled with lemon curd.
Ooh, I could go with a whole pack of them.
Oh, thank you, Laurie. I am. I'm just sitting it out, really. So I had an amazing time last time, and it was like they gave me the whole VIP treatment. It was like it was lovely. Marion and I just said it felt like we'd been to like the most amazing music festival, but without the kind of overcrowding and kind of hecticness that it was just a very calm, peaceful, good-natured, full of lovely people, colourful,
treating you like an actual person.
It was just like. Yeah, it was just amazing, and all of their team did a little each one of them did a little turn, like the hula hoop. Oh wow. It was just like everybody did something amazing, very talented.
Talking of people doing amazing things, you need to check the live stream follow along. Oh,
okay. I'm just going to finish my point first, because otherwise I'm going to completely forget, because my head is so all over the place. Yes. So, brilliant. I hope you do, Lucy. Marion and I are definitely going to go again. We're hoping Maggie Morris will meet us this time. We've said to her she's got to. I know Carol's not far away from there. Maybe it'd be lovely if you could come, Carol. It'd be lovely to meet you in person as well. It was just such a lovely time. Anyway, I said to Jo this time, she's going off to India. I think she's probably on her way by now. And to bring back some more stuff, I said make sure you find plenty of scrap packs. And I just said to her as a sort of had an idea, it would be nice if we could have like a table where we could do some like slow stitching and stuff, maybe things used in the scrap packs, where people could just kind of, like what at the shows and that you see make and takes, they call them make and takes tables, where you make something while you're sat there and you take it home. So I just thought, that would be fun. We could do something like that, and I could bring a few bits and use their scrap packs. And anyway, so Jo's quite keen on the idea and has said they used to actually do something like that, but had stopped doing it because they need someone to do it, kind of thing. So so I'm sort of playing with some ideas in my head of what kind of thing. It needs to be something where I don't have to carry too much with me, because I have to go on the train and it's basically what I can carry.
You end up with a suitcase that's bigger than you.
Yeah, and I can't do that. I won't be able to cope. And so, like,
just one of those little mini ones,
Just shut up. No, don't. So I need to put my thinking cap on, so it can't be anything. So I thought, we could get people making danglers. You could easily make it, make a few danglers in a couple of hours, sit there for a couple of hours, couldn't you? And but I can't take stuffing. I can't, I can take thread and needles, and they would provide scrap packs, but I can't. I've got to think about what to. Yeah. So any ideas?
If you use one of those vacuum bag things.
Oh yeah, that's a point.
You could take quite a lot of stuff.
I could also send some stuff ahead for them to bring. And she did say
option,
that, So I'm just sort of, having a few little thinks about it, really. I've got plenty of time yet. It's not till August, but...
Take your old knickers, that would...
Yeah, I could say just publicise it as a... turn your old knickers into something beautiful workshop. Bring your knickers. Because sometimes I think they do block printing workshops, and you can take, so they'll say bring your own t-shirt, and then you can block print on it, so it's like bring your old knickers.
Hey Janet.
Oh, hello Janet. This morning there. Where are you, Janet? I've forgotten.
My guess would be America, given that it's morning. Somewhere in America. It doesn't narrow it down much, but...
Say that again? Say that again?
Somewhere in America doesn't narrow it down much, really.
No,
big
but
place.
That's,
Arizona, there we go.
Just reading Catherine's comment. It's mid-August, Catherine. It goes on for 2 or 3 weeks, but I'm going to be going on the weekend of the one that we went to before, and that I would thoroughly recommend. I mean, they have stuff going on for the whole time of the show, but I just think this is the best time to go for me. It is the when they do the Bhangra night. So I went there I was there before they opened. I went there too soon. You're supposed to sort of show up mid to late afternoon, and then it goes into this whole evening thing. So you've got loads of time to look around all the amazing stalls and stuff. They put all their stuff out, And Alex, Jo's partner, cooks all Indian food. I got this amazing big kind of thali. I had a vegetarian one. I think maybe it's all vegetarian. I don't know, actually. It was like 10 quid, I think, but they gave it to me they sent me the ticket and everything, and it included this thali. But I think it's only about 10 quid if you buy it. It's this big tray with all these different, you know what thali is. And I don't know. I can't describe. I did do a video showing some snippets of it, and it's quite long. It's about 50 minutes, but if you're interested to have a look at what it was like. You did a long
video. That's unusual.
Longer than usual. If you're interested to have a look at what it's like, it's probably it's in the Bazaaar playlist on my channel. Oh, these things are going all... No, I'm not going to say the word on my back.
Good.
So I keep forgetting to say the actual date. So I think that falls on the 16th. I think she said it's the 16th this year, the Bhangra night. It's always the Saturday. And I sort of stayed over the Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, and went home Monday. Just sort of chilled out. And I stayed in an Airbnb in Henfield, which is like the nearest village, but there's a campsite there and everything, and apparently they have cabins, so I'm looking into that at the moment. So it does get quite expensive to go. I mean, they sent me the ticket, which is lovely. It's really sweet of them. They made such a big fuss of me while I was there. It was amazing. I think being able to meet up with Marion made it even better because I wasn't there on my own. We could sit and just, it was nice to have someone that we were on the same wavelength and we could just sit and chill out and enjoy it. Every so often, Marion and I were just like looking around at each other going like, hey, isn't this amazing? You know, we had it's a very happy memory. Anyway, I was going to go into Discord and have a peek. West Sussex. Yeah, 16th is the Saturday that I'll aim to be there. And it's West Sussex. It's the Sussex Prairie Gardens. I'm sure I've probably put because it so often comes up, Bazaaar, the link to Bazaar's website in the description box. So if you go on there and click on events, I think it is at the top, you'll find all about it there. The Stitch Kit one is in the description as well. So it's like anything that kind of comes up a lot, I'm just going to leave in the description box to these lives all the time because it's easier than doing it afterwards. Otherwise,
yeah,
sieve head. Shall I have a look at
Discord?
Discord?
It'll ever not be relevant.
Exactly. Well, I'm just going to scroll this to where I want it. There we go. And we'll have a peek in Discord. See what everyone's up to. Oh, Snoppy's busy. That's a very neat and tidy. I never do swatches like that. Snoppy.
It's very neat.
Yeah. You must have used a stencil to draw out all those circles first. Did you say that's Inktense? It sounds like Inktense colours.
You can see the 10 of them just above the...
Oh, yeah. Look at all
it's
those.
a big old pack of Inktense.
Yeah. I think that's even more than I've got. They just last
Zoe won
for
that
so
massive
long.
set of all the new colours and stuff. And
used it once.
Just use them, yeah.
Beautiful. Look at all those greens. The colours are just
I do
gorgeous.
like Inktense.
And very intense. Intense,
well, yeah.
Inktense.
Well, I've got that studio set of the Inktense pans, which I think is 24 colours, and I use maybe 6 of them and just mix colours, which works, but, you know, it's harder work.
Yeah, it's a good practice to mix colours and stuff, but it's nice to have them. Oh, that's beautiful, Lucy. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, I love that. Mandala. Tissue paper mandalas, they're good fun to make, aren't they? You're doing that with your grandson. Oh, lovely. Oh, look at these. Do you know what that makes me think of, Tom? Do you know when we met up with Sue in her studio?
Yeah.
And she had all those little, what was it, 5 centimetre squares of all cut up and said, just help yourself to whichever one. It was like that, little sections of these cut up squares all in colours. And
you guys were like kids in a sweet shop. It was hilarious.
Oh, must do another one of those soon. Oh, look at that. Oh, they're gorgeous. So that looks like that's using all kinds of scraps of ribbons and fabric and oh, they're lovely. What are you going to do with those? Look at this.
A little helper.
Oh, that was a cute picture. Oh,
almost as good as a cat. Almost.
Catherine, are you still on track to have a shawl finish for the giveaway this weekend coming? Well, that wouldn't matter if it wasn't finished yet. We'd still have to get her to send me a photo. So I think this is the other one. Well, I don't know because the colour's so variegated. This is Catherine's hand-spun, hand-dyed yarn, and she's crocheting these 2 shawls. So one she's keeping and one she's doing as a giveaway for us in Saturday's live, which should be fantastic. And she's happy to send it.
Just got the border to go.
Fantastic. Will you be able to send me a photo before Saturday, Catherine? Is that pushing my luck? Absolutely gorgeous. I'm sure I could get from the photos you've already shared. I could get a good enough picture for the live anyway. Absolutely beautiful. That is. I'm very kind to offer to send it all over the world as well. We might have more need of it over here than you have over there at the moment. Oh, look! I so need a cat. I've been dreaming about cats lately.
Yeah.
Oh, how adorable!
Definitely better than dogs.
Oh, are they brother and sister, Deb, or because they look about the same age as well, don't they? Oh, I've gone the wrong thing. Go here. That's it. Oh, I have to push so many buttons when Tom's not here. Naughty step, Tom. What have you said?
Probably that cats are better than dogs.
Ah, yeah.
So nothing untrue, you know.
Beautiful yarn. You would love that yarn, Jackie, wouldn't you? Yeah, Catherine does all that. Spins it and everything herself. My mum used to do all that. She used to dye it with lichens and things, lichens, whatever. Natural things. Many years ago, before that was a thing.
Yeah.
Well,
what I'm saying is, you know, with a cat, you never find yourself out in the snow in the freezing cold picking up poo.
Yeah. Or doing what some people do, walk away from it in a hurry, pretending you haven't seen it.
Yeah. How the cats are sisters.
Ah. Jackie's kittens are brother and sister, aren't they? Ruby and Baxter. Well, I reckon if I keep it this for the rest of today, right through this evening, I can get this book finished, maybe just have the cover to go. Because my plan is on Friday, I'm going to do a little roundup of the whole swap and all the tags I sent out, all the tags I got in. I'm hoping all of mine have landed now. I sort of lost track. I know that I sent them all out. I ticked them off as I sent them out, but I lost track of whether they'd all kind of landed. I've had all but one in, and the one that I haven't had in, Kathy did message me the other day and said, I wonder if yours has gone astray, shall I make you another one? And I said, oh, don't worry, it'll either still turn up or it won't. I don't want people feeling like they've got to make another one.
Yeah.
She's in the States, and I know she sent hers out. She like me, some of her last lot didn't go out until the 31st, so there is still a chance they could arrive.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's only 1 out of 30 in the end. That it's just horrible to think when someone's made something, it's more upsetting when it goes astray, because it's...
Yeah, all that effort's gone into it.
Yeah, and where is it? You know, it's not going to be anywhere where someone's going to love it. Do you know what I mean? It's like...
Someone's just stolen a package and they found themselves disappointed.
Yeah, because it's not
cash or something.
It's not going to mean anything to anyone else, is it? That's the thing.
No. Hey, FrizzyBee.
Yeah. Hey, FrizzyBee. So yeah. I sent my sister before Christmas a a thing I'd made myself, and by Royal Mail, 48-hour track delivery, went astray, and she's been down to her local post office where it's supposed to have been redelivered, and the sorting office 4 or 5 times. She's emailed them and phoned them. I've done the same. Basically, they're saying, yeah, you need to ask other people that live at the same address. Oh, God. Yeah, done all that. Basically, there's nothing they're going to do. And, you know, if all that fails, put a claim in. Well, what am I going to claim for? It's not worth anything. How would
as a professional art appraiser, I'm afraid I've appraised it to be worth at least £4,500.
That'll make it worth it, wouldn't it? The thing is, if it was worth
it's an important piece. If
it was worth any huge amount of money, you're supposed to put it. You know, you should declare that kind of thing anyway. So it's just nothing can make me feel better about the fact that the thing I made for her is now sitting in someone's bin, or I don't know, in the back of a warehouse somewhere, or whatever. I don't know where it is. I hate that. I have separation anxiety about objects. I've just realised I've left Discord up. I'm sitting here saying I've left Discord up, haven't I?
Well, we get to look at cats. It's all good.
Yeah. Oh, some more.
And,
hang on.
And yeah, Catherine, you probably won't have an issue with the snow in Australia. True.
No, you probably won't get that. Those colours are delish.
I do like the literal interpretation of showing your thumb as well.
They're definitely looking more mature now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Ruby looks like a proper little madam. She just looks a little bit. She's got a bit of a naughty look in her eye. I thought that ever since you showed them pictures of them tiny. And Baxter's becoming very handsome.
Exactly. Why pick up poo in the snow when you can do it in the comfort of your own home?
Yeah. I was watching one of those adverts for kind of an automated kitty litter thing where the cat goes in and then as soon as it comes out, it automatically turns it all over and drops everything out the bottom, and it's all enclosed and it's supposed to look smart in your home and all that. And I thought, yeah, we'd have got that, and Archie would have gone, yeah, I ain't using that.
Yeah. There were also some reports of those things trapping cats inside them.
Oh, really?
And doing their emptying cycle with the cat still in it, which obviously the cat would not enjoy.
No, would never go near one again.
Yeah, they wouldn't have been harmed by it, but...
Oh, that would be massively traumatic, though, wouldn't it, for them?
Yeah.
Archie used to have a litter tray in my bathroom, and because it seemed the most appropriate place. I had a small place. There wasn't anywhere away from everything that I could put it, so it went in the bathroom. But he used to go in there. He was very shy and very private about his business, and he would go in there and then put his paw around the corner of the door to pull the door shut behind him. And if you'd have walked in, he would have stopped. He would have left the room. He couldn't do it if you were watching.
Yeah. No, you know me, I don't like to criticise at all, but you still haven't switched the scene back from Discord.
Oh, I still, after all that. Remembered it once, then forgot again.
I can't believe we've got a farting cat emoji.
I've got to use it now. I always forget how to get rid of them. Well, we wanted something that wasn't just like there wasn't already an emoji for, but there probably is one for. Eventually, we'll have enough emojis that we can have a whole conversation just by linking emojis together.
Hey, Rain, did you get your legs finished? Strange question. I was watching Rain's stream earlier. They were making crocheted legs for the Powerpuff Girls.
Yes, I saw the beginnings of the Powerpuff Girls. So you stream that over on Twitch, Rain, Tom was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, Em remembers Archie's bathroom antics. I'm sure he was something else in a previous life. That's why he liked fags and gin.
He was weird.
Yeah, he was a little weirdo.
And for any Americans watching, that's cigarettes.
Sorry, I always say fags. My other son told me off for that, said I'll get banned from YouTube for saying that. But it's slang for cigarettes
different
here.
Meaning
and
here.
It has been for years and years and years. I think the more derogatory meaning of it is an abbreviation of another derogatory word, isn't it? Which I won't say because that would be offensive, but, you know.
Yeah.
I think another way I tend to use it is I'll say, oh, I would do it that way, but it's a bit of a fag. Like, it's a bit of a pain to do, a bit of a nuisance. It's meant that for decades.
There's the food as well, made by Mr. Brains or whatever it is. But yeah, we should avoid talking about any of this because.
Hi, Cindy.
Yeah,
let's change the subject because I didn't see Cindy before. Sorry, if I've been ignoring anyone. Food is
exactly, it's food to us.
Oh yes, and I love those. Mr. Brains. I know where you come from with Mr. Brains now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we not use that anymore? Also, it can be a bundle of wood, that word, which now we're not using.
It can.
So can we, just because some group of people somewhere has started using that as a derogatory term, we can't use the word in any of its other meanings without it being...
It's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
But, yeah. And for... Go on.
It annoys me enough as it is that they sort of change the meanings of words. Not in a natural evolving of language way, but in a lazy way, like the way the word literally is just used for emphasis. Literally means literally. Exactly, it means exactly that thing you're saying.
Not anymore, it doesn't. In the dictionary, it also means completely the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Because they're too lazy to teach children to use words properly. So it's easier to change the dictionary, which I'm not at all annoyed about, as you can tell from the tone of my voice.
Don't mention small steamed puddings by... Tom, it's a puzzle. We're going to have to work that out.
Well, the only small steamed puddings I can think of are the old Spotted Richard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which might be a problem.
Yeah.
As for the censored word, they have no idea. But to briefly change the subject to cats watching you pee, there has been some people have suggested that's because they are returning the favour, because when cats are going to the toilet, they're at their most vulnerable. And we watch over them while they're doing it, so they watch over us while we are
making sure we're safe.
Vulnerable. I'm not sure it's true, but people have said that.
Giving you the stink eye.
Hey, Marion.
Hi, Marion.
There has been talk of Bazaaar, yes.
Yes. Yeah, I was just saying, but what a lovely time you and I had. It was just such an incredible day, wasn't it? It's one of my happiest days, that was. I mean, just, but what I was talking about earlier on is that I've sort of, and I'm not sort of talking about it generally because it's just a very fledgling idea, but I've been sort of talking to Joe at Bazaaar and saying, wouldn't it be fun to have like a little slow stitching table or something where we could have some of their scrap packs and people could come and just sit for a while and stitch something, a make and take kind of thing. Not like a workshop or a class, more of a, I don't know, but you'd have to have a couple of sort of ideas that people could feasibly do. And I've got to think about what stuff we would need. And so it's just an idea, and not just an idea. And I thought maybe there would be time to do the beginnings of a small scroll or a small pot or something like that. I don't know. Just playing with ideas. So any ideas, gratefully received. And if it's weather like it was last year, although you can't guarantee it, it would just be amazing to sit there in the sunshine doing a bit of stitching, and you'd still be able to see and hear everything else going on, and yeah. I might go for a couple extra days this time. I'm trying to sort out accommodation. Oh, I must get used to wearing a thimble. Look at my finger where I've been doing a lot of stitching. That's what the back end of the needle has done to my finger. Yeah, if you have, very, very grateful for any brainstorming, Marion. Like, like those little hearts that you made me, but done in there. I think the idea would be to use their scrap packs. I have been thinking, Lindsay, I can't take stuffing and things. Are you off, Lindsay? That's me away now. You sound
in her tea.
You sound so Scottish. That's me away now. It's me away home now.
So you're way up the road.
Oh, yeah. So that's why black coffee is such a good thing.
Yeah.
Thanks for popping in, Lindsay. Or, well, it wasn't just a pop in, was it? Stay for ages. I've lost my thread again now.
It's in your needle. Whee. You were talking to Marion about ideas about hearts and other stuff.
Yeah, I had thought, anything that's stuffing is going to be difficult because I've got to carry in my little case on the train. I mean, I could send some stuff ahead to Jo, and she said they could easily provide. They used to have kind of crafty workshops and things anyway. But then, like Tom just said, I could vacuum pack stuffing to make it take up less space. Yeah.
And fabric as well, for that matter.
Yeah. But I think fabric-wise, I would just use their scrap packs. Yeah.
True, yeah.
Or
Marion's happy to load up her car and bring stuff.
Oh, would you? Oh. That could make a big difference then.
Does sound rather easier than fitting stuff into a little suitcase.
Yeah. I was thinking of things like, if I could drive myself and just load up a car, I'd put my white branch tree in that I had up in here just before Christmas. I'd put that in and take along a whole load of danglers and other stuff that I've made out of Bazaaar stuff to make a little kind of display. And Jo said she could put out things that they've got that are made by people in India out of scraps. I'll just put that not in completely the wrong place. I bet again that would be just too. So I mean, I've got ages yet. It's just I just sort of had the idea, mentioned it in an email to Jo, and she sounded really keen. So then I thought, I'll give it a bit more thought now then. So, that would be good if there was a handy tree. I could definitely sit there and display my danglers. Yeah, so if they're flat like that and not stuffed, Sue, that would work really well, wouldn't it? Felt fabric, yeah. And I could give people just a needle thread. I did think I could get some plain white thread and space dye it or something. I'm entirely sure what that even means, but that effect, like with the ink tents and stuff, like or with I've got some dyes to use when the weather's nicer, just to make it a bit more fun. Just do a kind of variegated, give people a little skein of thread and a needle. And the scrap packs are all packed in a sari bag, aren't they? So I mean, they could then put everything in the sari bag and take home and finish it, couldn't they? So it's, I've just said to Jo, put that the wrong way. I'll give it some thought. Yeah, they might quite well have it. I know they had something that they had like a thing with different kind of, not branches like tree branches, but just like a kind of a display thing, like metal arms that they had. Some of those Indian things with the birds hanging. So, yeah. She said they've got lots of they've got lots of kind of scrap papers and recycled some of their old promotional material and stuff like that to recycle and collage and things like that. I think they've done kind of workshops like that in the past. Or we could even just like put everything out and just generally just let people play and give them ideas if they want them, you know. Yeah. Twiddle muffs. Muff workshop. Muffs and danglers. My brain's been buzzing with it too, Marion. I only talked about this with Joe yesterday, and I woke up thinking about it this morning. So they said that there's a campsite opposite where they have some cabins, so I wouldn't want to be in a tent and sharing a toilet block. I just can't do that anymore these days. And I haven't got a caravan, so. But a cabin, although it might still be a shared toilet block. But I thought, well, I'll look into it, because although I was in Henfield and it's quite nearby, and if you were driving yourself, it would be nothing. And there's plenty of parking space. But when you got to get a taxi, 25 quid, thank you. Do you know what I mean? It's a lot of money, and it's just out of walkable. So Blacklands Farm, that are it's a separate farm opposite, apparently have his cabins, but they're not mentioned on their website. So now I've emailed them. We'll see if anything comes back. And then Paul and Pauline, who run the Prairie Gardens, got back to me and said, oh, I'm surprised that's not on their website. Try contacting them. So I did that. And they said also there's a place called Woodlands Cottages, I think it is, who have holiday cottages, which are about 20 minutes walk across the fields to us. And I thought, well, that's all right, I could do that. But they've just got like August is not just kind of greyed out, it's just not there the whole of August. So I assume that's because they're completely booked up for the whole of August and they don't even, or maybe that's
all they're telling people, just like, don't even look.
Yeah. So it's difficult. Muffs and fanny packs.
There's a lot of muff talk going on here and danglers.
Oh dear me.
Filth.
Em and I were going to invent an interesting range of handbags at one point, but I won't go into them at the moment for fear of being struck off YouTube. But yeah, still think it would have gone down well.
Very kindly saying she can pick you up from wherever you're staying.
Oh, thank you, Marion. Bless her.
Crafting filth kind of sums up these streams quite well. Deb. I was saying, Marion, though, I think it was better. I think for both of us would have said the same thing. It would have been a lovely day anyway, but having a kindred spirit to sit there and share the day with just made it so much better, didn't it? Because they were being so sweet and so attentive and making me feel really welcome, you know. They wouldn't have left me sat on my own, but they were so busy. I'd have felt awful if they'd have felt like they had to keep, like, you know, looking after me, sort of thing. So it was nice that we could sit there and chill out, and it's just lovely. I know I keep banging on about it, but it just was such an amazing day. I'm alternating pink and purple here, and I don't know if you can even see the difference really, but it keeps me happy. Oh, my head's banging again. Yeah.
Banging.
You've been drinking too much.
Yeah. It's definitely a very special memory, that day. It would be lovely if more of us could ate up as well. We've been nagging at Maggie, haven't we?
I wonder who introduced this whole muff thing in the first place.
Must
have been that Tori. She's maybe Gabby. They're both terrible, you know.
Yeah, definitely wasn't me. Oh, what a lovely way to spend an afternoon.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So I've been working on making, well, 2 games technically.
Yes, inspired by this community, I think.
Yeah.
I hope they do. I hope they do get finished because I think they both sound really fun. I'd enjoy them. So go on, tell us about them. Describe them in a nutshell.
It's difficult to describe, really, to a community of people who aren't gamers. First one is an endless runner, which is going to be similar to Jetpack Joyride, which I'm sure you're all familiar with.
It's a little character running along, avoiding
small person
obstacles.
Who farts a lot. So they're all on a jetpack. It's a
fart-propelled
farty hobbit.
Yes. With obstacles to avoid
yeah.
I've been suggesting various crafting missions.
A game that you're probably familiar with that will be similar enough is Flappy Bird. Constantly scrolling, got to avoid obstacles, but far less infuriating than that. And the other one is a text adventure game, or possibly multiple games. Which, yeah, it's like a little choose your own adventure story, but digital. Trying to translate gaming ideas to people who aren't gamers.
Yeah.
Also, I don't want to suggest the age range of your viewers is anything in particular, but choose your own adventure books aren't a thing anymore. So,
I went. What was that? Is it Bandersnatch?
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else has seen this thing called Bandersnatch, which is like an interactive thing. So you watch it, and then every so often it pauses, and you choose what happens next, and then the story carries on. I didn't realise that's what it was, so I just sat and watched it the whole way through. Wondered why it kept just like pausing.
This is weird.
In a weird way, and then it would carry on. I can't remember even now how long it went on, just sitting watching it and waiting for it to come to its natural conclusion with no interaction whatsoever, basically. And then when I realised, like a couple of years later, what was meant to have happened, I had to watch it again to, see, Catherine's a gamer.
Yeah, we've got some gamers, yeah.
Have you watched Bandersnatch?
I know we've got some people.
Catherine? Yeah. There's so many, though. We were sort of throwing around a few ideas for things that would, kind of relate, that would be relatable for me and people like me, in other words, this community. And, you could be on a mission to gather enough supplies to finish a work in progress. You could barter things you don't use anymore. You could be on a timer to get your craft room tidy, and you could have a cat that keeps interfering and throwing everything back on the floor again. I don't know. We had so many ideas. I had to put them all in Trello in the end. Lots of ideas. And that Tom is a very clever boy, although don't tell him I told you so.
He's also big and funny, I've heard.
I've been sharing a lovely photo of Tom in the it was a members only post this morning, so only the select few has got to see that picture of Tom. But he was a sweetie.
I think you'll find us tonight.
It is, like Snoppy said, a bit of a shame we have to grow up, really. Like puppies and kittens. You were a very pretty baby, though. And toddler.
And
a very cute little boy.
Beautiful man. And no, I haven't played Unravel.
Always so
it looks
sweet-natured. Unravel, that sounds good, just by the name.
Yeah.
Why do I like that? Because it sounds unravelled.
Well, it does seem to involve a character made of yarn who is unravelling.
Ah, ooh. Ooh, sounds like a bit of a nightmare, to be fair.
Well... Ooh. Currently 80% off on Steam. I might buy that now.
Ooh.
Just, yeah.
Is it something I would like? Sounds like it.
Visually, you'd love it.
I wouldn't be able to control the
you might.
character.
You used to... Well, you used to think you could play Donkey Kong Country.
I did. We were watching little bits of that on YouTube the other day, and just hearing it, I can hear the music in my head now.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do. Yeah. And it just, brought it all back to me. Took me back years, and it's scary how many years.
There's a lot of... Yeah. It was a long old time ago. Donkey Kong Country, wasn't it?
That sounds like a really good concept.
Yes.
It would probably give me nightmares, though.
Well, probably.
Saying about members only post just now reminded me that I need to say my thank yous, so I'm going to do that now rather than leave it to the end. So I've got 3 new members who now are any of them here. I'm going to say it anyway because they might watch it back later.
Yeah. So
3 new channel members: Leslie Evans, Robin Rodriguez, and Barbara Brady. Thank you so much, guys. Hugely appreciated. We're up to 33 members now. Hopefully it won't be that long before we can get another emoji. Because YouTube only allow you so many custom emojis. Depending on how many members you've got. So it's a big jump up. We hit 30 and now you've got to get another 10 before you get another emoji. So, yeah. I'm going to scroll up. I'm going to scroll up my thank you now.
Yeah, you do that.
Let's see if I can remember.
If you think you can.
It'll probably come out all off to the right again. Nothing's happening.
Yeah.
There it goes.
Give me a sec.
Yay! So, like I always make a point of saying, please don't anybody feel like they've got to apologise or feel bad if they don't want to or aren't able to join. I'm just saying a huge thank you to the people who have chosen to support us in that way, because it's massively appreciated.
And just because we're saying thank you to these people doesn't mean we don't appreciate your support, just in general, for
just watching and commenting and liking and just being part of the community. And Discord,
we couldn't have got to this point without people doing all of that stuff. Yeah,
Discord and Facebook and stuff will continue to be available to everybody. Nothing's changing. I just wanted to say a big thank you to everybody. Look at all those peeps. I can't believe it. I can, because they're lovely, but that's a lot. That took a long time to go through. That's a lot of people, isn't it?
yeah. If we keep getting more people, you're going to need to speed that up. I say you're going to need. Let's face it, I'm going to need to speed that up.
I managed to do a video. I don't know. I think it might have been last week, where I finished up the editing in a bit of a hurry, and oh look, got a big loop there, and didn't check it before I put it out, and watching it later on at Tom's, I realised that I'd said thank you to all the channel members, and just a list of 3 came up. I don't know how I did it. I must have just sort of copied and pasted part of the list or something. I don't know.
I think it was at least the 3 latest ones.
Yeah, at the time. Yeah, it probably was.
Which I guess is better than nothing.
Yeah. Because I've already that's the trouble when I'm trying to get into the way of recording videos ahead and get a bit organised, but that doesn't work so well when, you know, editing and scheduling them ahead doesn't work too well if you want an up-to-date members list. So, like, I've already recorded opening the package from Stitch Kit, which will go out on Saturday. And at that point, I don't think any of those 3 people had joined yet, so they won't be on there. So I don't know how you get around that, really.
Yeah.
Has anybody who's seen the little teaser sneaky peek that I posted, has anybody got any guesses about what's in the February box from Stitch Kit? Oh, I love it.
Does it involve some kind of, I don't know, fabric or yarn or fibre?
Maybe. Well, you haven't seen a sneaky peek, have you? Because you don't look on Facebook or... I did put it in the Temptations shopping in Discord, I think, because you can get it now as a pre-order. There's a pre-order discount. So I checked with them first, it'd be all right, and I can never do this. And that was right. I just took a little kind of snippet of a photo, so it wouldn't kind of show you all of it. Now, of course, each box is a bit different anyway, but it'll be that that craft and kind of that project, if you like. Be very careful what I say. But I'm sitting on it now, like it is like when you've bought a present for someone and you think, oh, they're going to love this, and you can't wait until Christmas to give it to them, or birthday, whatever. That's what I feel like at the moment, because...
Talking of presents, you may find, well, you won't find because you never log into Steam, because why would you? But there may be a new game in your Steam account.
I was going to say, I do sometimes when someone's told me there's a new game in my Steam account. Snap is saying maybe. Liz is saying embroidery. Alice is saying embroidery of some kind. I couldn't possibly comment. Cross-stitch embroidery or friendship bracelets. That's an interesting one. I did deliberately include a little snippet of someone's name as well.
Yes, you did.
Yes. And that someone was someone, in fact, I'd never heard of before, but then I went down a whole rabbit hole looking them up. In the course of looking them up on YouTube as well, I found that our Susie Q had done a video where she mentioned that person being all mysterious.
Very mysterious.
Yeah. They're doing this new thing, Stitch Kit, where they're going to do like a craft of the month box that you can pre-order. So you can pick that craft, whichever craft it is that they're featuring that month, and you can order it as a mystery box, so you can choose your price point and then adapt the box accordingly. So yeah. So if you think, well, I really fancy that, but I only want to spend £25, you can do that, and they'll adapt it accordingly. Or if you...
Very good company in general, all this
customizable
stuff.
I don't think there's anyone else doing that, not that I've come across anyway. I did actually Google it. It
really makes a big difference, just, because normally with these mystery box things, there's always a risk that it's going to be something that you just can't stand.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you get customizable stuff to any degree, sometimes you want the mystery and, not knowing what you'll get. Putting you outside your comfort zone and so on.
Yeah, but a lot, or like if it was like someone was saying cross-stitch or embroidery or friendship bracelets, if that was the thing, I'd probably say, give me embroidery or friendship bracelets, but don't give me cross-stitch, because I can't count without going cross-eyed anymore. Or like last month you could say, I want a sock box, but don't give me needles, I've got a load of needles, so they'll give you more expensive yarn instead or whatever. Yeah, so... And colours, colours for me, probably one of the most important things with working with fabric or yarn or thread or anything. It's colour, and then it's how it feels, probably.
Yeah.
So if you can make sure you don't get colours that you hate.
Yeah, because even if you're being put outside your comfort zone with a craft you don't normally do, if it's a colour you hate, you're always going to hate that colour. Yeah,
you're not going to enjoy the outcome or anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's good to be... I don't mind being challenged to use combinations of colours that I wouldn't normally pick and things like that. Ellen sent me a pack. Some people might have seen me opening it. I haven't got it handy, but it's a pack of different Indian fabrics that she got from somewhere else. She got over in Australia, and she sent me the template to create a vessel inspired by Kate in the Nest. I think I mentioned that last week, and the colours that she gave me, beautiful. It's a lovely mixture of things that she sent me, but they're not colours I would have gone in and chosen. But they're lovely bright colours. It's really Indian-y style fabric, cottons, and I will enjoy working with them, and I will enjoy the challenge of trying colours that I wouldn't normally do. So yeah.
And as Catherine says, even if you hate the colour, you can make it and then give it to someone who likes that colour.
Yeah.
So you don't hate it so much it makes you feel sick while working on it.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be enjoyable, and that's where the feel comes into it as well.
Yeah. The few times I've done crochet, I get very annoyed when the yarn starts squeaking against the crochet hook.
I think is that acrylics that make it.
You would have been.
If it's pure acrylic, it can be a bit
cheap, nasty acrylic yarn. So
not all acrylic yarns feel like that. Some of them feel gorgeous.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're just a mix.
You paid £1 for it from Roy's.
Yeah.
Well, that yarn that I've got from Roy's very cheap, but some of it is really quite nice.
Yeah, the colour range is brilliant. Yeah. I don't know how it would wash up.
Very unlikely to actually finish a project with it.
Or a problem.
Or a problem. Most of my projects are problems, to be fair.
So, just mention as well for Saturday, just in case anybody doesn't know, it is going to be the monthly Arty Farty party on Saturday.
Which I might be joining remotely, depending on how ill you are.
Depending on how I don't want to pass this on to you. I suspect it's too late already.
Possibly.
Yeah. But that's the more sort of hectic one with all the giveaways. So if you haven't been to one of them before, it's different from this. This is quite chilled and laid back, and I've got time to more or less keep up with the chat.
That's very kind of you, Catherine, but it would be wasted on me, I'm afraid.
Yeah, see what Jackie's saying there. Once joined a blanket of the month club and got all browns, beiges and a horrible sludgy green. That's so not you, is it?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't enjoy it so much either. And spun. Oh, yeah. Cool, that'd be lovely, Tom. You could make me something with that.
Yeah, I could, but, it's just too easy. I was talking to Rain earlier about how my crochet tends to be very tight and angry.
You do master really complicated. The only one I've known you not master is the magic ring thing.
But while we were talking about that, an actually very handy tip from Rain about before you close up the ring, put your hook through the first stitch it's going to go through.
So you know where you are.
Before closing up, so that you don't... Yeah.
Oh, so worth you trying again
before,
then.
But,
yeah.
Maybe.
I've been crocheting my cardigan, which I started at our November Jolly in Leeds, and then abandoned for a while, picked up again the other day, completed because the front, I haven't got it here to show you, or have I? I've got some of the yarn. This is beautiful yarn. It crochets up, and it's lovely. I could have put a picture in the live stream follow along. I might do that afterwards. It's the front, the right front panel, then the back, then the left front panel are done all in one go, all together. You don't cast off. And then you do the sleeve separately. And I'd got all the way through and finished front, back and front when I realised, hang on a minute, this front panel, do you remember me saying to you, Tom, when I was part way through, this front panel was looking really wide? Yeah. I realised that the second front panel, I thought, well, that's about more what I would have expected. Something's gone wrong here. Turned out that there was a point in the pattern where it said, continue until row blah blah blah, and I counted that row from where that section had started, so it was I did 20 rows there. Turns out I should have counted right from the very beginning of the pattern, so I ended up doing 10 extra row 20 rows,
not 20 more.
Yeah. So because of that, I had to unpick the whole lot. All of it.
You must have been thrilled.
Oh, and although this yarn is gorgeous, can you see it's a little bit, because it's so, one of the reasons it's gorgeous is that it's so lovely and soft, but it's got this fuzzy fluffiness to it.
Yeah.
Which makes it really difficult to unpick. And normally you can unpick and redo crochet really easily. Oh, it took me ages just to unpick it.
I'm sure you said something along the lines of, oh, fiddle-dee-dee.
Yes, I did a little bit,
shame.
Yeah. So I did all of that, started again, did the front panel and the back, then realised I'd got the wrong number of stitches, only one wrong. Looked at it again and thought, oh, because you're doing this stitch where you're going into the front loop, back loop, front loop, back loop, front loop, back loop, so you get this lovely texture. It's really nice and really simple, but at some point I'd gone wrong and not noticed about halfway through the back. So I started to unpick again. So I thought, I can't leave. I could botch that, but it's always going to annoy me. Then I started following it again and realised, hang on a minute, all in one piece with it. There was a point where I should have been doing single crochets, not half double crochets, American terms. And I'd missed that, so I ended up taking a whole lot out again. So it's now been done 3 times, 3.5. Yeah.
When you finally finish it, you're not even going to like it.
No, I'm going to love it. I will love it. I love how it, and I love the shape. It's a little boxy cardigan shape. I'll wear that with all sorts of things. It's quite short, but you can easily lengthen it if you want to. And I think it will. I'm ignoring. I think it will go with loads of my stuff. What, this yarn, Sue? I know. I was devastated when the frog visits. Now I know what that frogging thing means now. Yeah, it's that fuzziness. It kind of felts itself together. It has all come apart in the end, but oh, what a mare. Yeah. So yes, and I think it's partly I started trying to work on it while I wasn't feeling very well.
That won't help.
No, but having said that, the mistake was made when I was feeling absolutely fine. So, It's just that while I was trying to put it right and start again and work out what I'd done wrong, I wasn't fit. My head was well fuzzy, so that didn't help at all. Oh.
And it's not fair. Best not go on the naughty step, because if I'm going to look down on her even more from up on a step, she'll seem even shorter.
Oh. Yarn Smith's Lagoon. Is that the name of the flyer? Wall Fiends. That Temptation shopping. I don't normally even peek in there because there's too much temptation.
Hey, Susan.
Hi, Susan. Nice to see you. To see you, nice. My weekly Prince Forsyth impression. I sort of saying hello, goodbye, really, because we'll be gone in a few minutes, I think. That's sped by today.
We will be gone soon, yeah.
Oh, I can't have a needle now. Chunky Elvis. I seriously can't thread my needle. Oh, there we go. Well, I'm going to be brainstorming with Marion later, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's a bit, it does seem a bit ahead, but it's amazing how these things creep up on us. I've already been hatching plans for the next stitchery swap, which won't start until 1st of April. Good grief, I can't thread this needle. But you need to be ready, and this time I'd like to be able to kick it off with the video showing some actual samples ready done, I think. So I need to I need to start a month before everybody else does, which means I've only got a month. So it's surprising.
Luckily you don't have much else on, so it'll be easy.
No, I ain't got much to do, so it'll be all right. I'm feeling so much better for working through my unfinished projects that have been, lurking for a while. I know what my next step with my Millefiori is going to be now. Yeah. I've got a bag shape that I'm going to do. My channel members have been helping me decide on the theme and an optional twist for the next swap. So that's all decided. And it's a blooming good job that I asked, because I would have totally you can't rely on your own personal taste, can you? Well, I can't.
Yeah, people normally can.
What I would have chosen was very much not what the majority chose, so it's a good job I asked. Yeah. I'm going to keep it secret for a little bit longer yet, the final decision.
Well, Susan, we're glad you managed to make it in at all with so much on your plate.
Oh, that's nice of you to pop in at all.
Yeah.
Sorry you got so much on your plate. I know that feeling.
Yeah, it's frustrating when there's things you want to do, but just haven't got the time. It's
always the bits you want to do that end up going by the wayside first, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And it's the necessaries that you have to keep doing. Speaking of plates, what's everyone else going to have for dinner tonight? I've started thinking of it already. I think I'm going to do a very easy pasta with a tomatoey sauce with roasted vegetables. I've got some veggies to use up.
That's a good option.
Yeah.
Yeah, adulting does suck.
It does. Lady last week went off the road, smashed into your garbage cans and your ramp into the house. Oh my word.
Was anyone hurt? Because that sounds unpleasant for all involved.
Yeah.
Prawn curry, interesting.
Oh, maybe mouthwater. Spaghetti bolognese. Oh, you made a lovely bolognese for us last week again, Tom, didn't you?
Well, we've had quite a lot of bolognese recently, haven't we?
I think we got the hang of it. We've been using those giant onions.
The secret to mine was the fact that it was very fatty.
Yeah, it was the 10% fat mince, wasn't it? Which I don't usually use.
Yeah.
And you put some pancetta in as well, didn't you?
Of course.
But you did pour quite a lot of that fat off.
Yeah, pulled away quite a lot
The
of the
thing
beef
was, he was
fat.
able to pour it off, so, like...
Yeah. Problem is, the fat is where most of the flavour is.
Yeah. Depends though, doesn't it? I mean... Like, lean beef still tastes beefy without being fatty, doesn't it?
But it's not as good. Also, of course, a nice fatty sauce coats the pasta quite well. And, you know, your mouth, everything. Just kind of with a furry, fatty lining.
At least we didn't put cheese on it as well. Oh, wait.
About that.
Just a little sprinkle of parmesan, though. A little bit of parmesan goes a long way.
Yeah, especially when you're grating one of those microplane things.
Yeah.
It's mostly air.
It's more of a seasoning than anything.
Yeah.
Chicken, vegetables and courgette spaghetti. Oh, that sounds lovely too. Chicken in a mushroom sauce on a bed of rice, maybe coconut.
Nice.
Broccoli and bacon and cheese. Quiche. Yum. Oh, who was talking about onion pie? Was that Granny Sue? And I asked at the time, what is onion pie? And I never went back to look at the reply. Because onion pie sounds lovely, doesn't it? But I'm curious to know, is it onion like in a white sauce, or is it just layered onion with salt and pepper, or has it got cheese in it, or...
All I can think at the moment is this chicken and mushroom sauce with rice and coconut sounds like the filling of a traditional Cornish pasty to me.
For anyone that doesn't know, Tom is saying that because Emma, Unity with Miniatures, Emma is devoutly Cornish, I would say.
Emma, you wouldn't know what's in a pasty anyway. You can't make them. Call yourself Cornish.
Oh. Ah. Who was it saying about the onion pie? Maybe it was Snoppy. I'm sure it was someone in Discord.
Sure, you didn't just dream it.
I'm gonna look now. Was it in the food bit in the food room in Discord?
Yeah, I'm more Cornish than Emma is. I've made Cornish pasties before.
It's one of Rachel's amazing food pictures. Her food always looks so lovely. No, it's not there. Maybe it was a comment on a YouTube post. Then I can't really look at that now.
I think you're just making it
confused.
up. Onion pie
I have to go
sounds
back
mental.
though, because what YouTube doesn't show, it shows you comments you haven't replied to, but it doesn't show you when there's a new reply unless you go in and tick new reply. So somebody might have replied to that and I missed it.
Possible.
Because I'm curious now. He is a Philistine.
Yeah.
Carol went in to get wool for socks and came out with sock wool and wool for 2 jumpers.
Oh, it was Elizabeth talking about onion pie.
Oh, Liz
Fried
is saying, maybe it was Liz
onions.
then. It's fried onions with herbs and a tiny bit of stock in a pastry case with... Oh, yum!
Yeah, I could eat that.
That sounds amazing. Because onions go... If you cook them long like that and a little bit of stock in it, they're really sweet, aren't they? So with salty cheese on top. Oh, God, that sounds gorgeous.
You know those blooming onion things where you kind of cut the onion and then deep fry and it all opens up? Imagine doing that with those giant onions from rice.
You'd have a flower like this, wouldn't you? For anybody that didn't see, I shared a photo the other day of this ginormous, and we've been getting these absolutely ginormous onions here just recently. I hadn't seen before, and yet still very
Absurdly
oniony.
big. Yeah, because we were worried that they'd be sort of, often when you get big vegetables, they taste all watery because they just force them to grow too big. But these are just really big onions. But
somebody in the States, I can't remember who it was, but they were saying that they have them there and they call them Walla Wallas. I think it's Walla Wallas.
Sounds about right.
She assumes that is after the indigenous people that lived in that area where she is, which I can't remember where it was. So good story. I've forgotten most of the details, but you know. KB, hello, just popped in to say hello. You're in Cornwall. Left Rachel grafting on her own oh, KB, so it's Kirsty.
Hey, Kirsty.
Oh. Yeah, because Rachel actually said that it was just that Kirsty wouldn't be able to join us this week because she's going to be in Cornwall. Hello, we're about to go, Kirsty, but nice of you to pop in. Salmon for tea, nice. I love salmon.
Well, while you're in Cornwall, make sure to get a nice traditional chicken curry pasty.
Tom's just winding him up, don't listen to him.
Actually, chicken curry pasties can be pretty good. If you get it from a pasty shop that makes good, proper Cornish pasties, then you know the pastry will be good.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a traditional Cornish pasty to be good.
It can still be good. The idea is still good. It's like some of the things we do to pizza aren't traditional, but they're still good.
Well, yeah.
We won't talk about ham and pineapple.
There's nothing wrong with pineapple on a pizza. Just because it's not traditional doesn't mean it's awful. What's the problem with it?
It just sounds nasty to me.
I mean, okay, it's fruit on a pizza, but so's tomato. Yeah.
How is Cornwall then? So we've got at least 2 or 3 people in Cornwall at the moment. What's the weather like down there? Are you just as cold? I bet you're not quite as cold down there.
I'm just impressed that they've got internet down there now.
I'm missing all this food chat. Put brown sugar on half an onion. The juice is good for sore throat and cough. Oh, I bet it tastes vile though.
Yeah.
Can I just eat the onion and the sugar separately? It is time to say hi, Joan Dash. It is time to say goodbye. We've got a couple of minutes. Thank you so much, everybody. Hawaiian pizza, yes.
Order some. I'm going to take away for dinner. Don't know what yet.
Nice chicken fried with cauliflower, carrots, and broccoli and sesame oil with bow tie pasta. Oh. So Kirsty's saying it's rained since she arrived on Sunday. Emma's saying damp. I've forgotten who else. Someone else was in Cornwall. Oh.
Yeah.
So we'll see you on Saturday. So it's 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. UK time. Lots of amazing things to give away on really beautiful things.
Exciting.
Yeah, really lovely things. I'm not going to say anything about them now. I've decided to stop doing the posts where I share pictures of the things that are going to be given away beforehand, because I'm just worried that's where the scammers jump in. So I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
It's a lovely surprise for, you know, whoever's there to find out what the prizes are on the night. I think I'm just going to leave it at that, just to keep everybody safe, really. Right, okay, so we're going to say goodbye. And see you all on Saturday. I'm going to go off and
guys.
curl up on the sofa again now, I think, with the rest of my stitching. Hopefully, by Saturday I'll have this whole book finished. Because I won't have time to be working then, it'll be too hectic. The Saturday ones, isn't it? Bye everybody, thanks for coming. Nice to see you soon. Nice.
Thumbs up or whatever, and yeah.
Hi Elaine. Oh yeah, thumbs up and stuff. Sorry if I have missed you and not said hello, but I'll go back and look at all the chat afterwards. I love doing that. Stay warm or stay cool, depending on where you are in the world, and we'll see you all again really soon.
Stay comfortable.
Bye. And now I'm going to impress everyone by immediately knowing how to end the stream.